Welcome to Hey That's Me, a commentary podcast. I'm Patrick Ottner.
I am Brian Lynch, and I'm a Gemini with a Cancer rising.
Wow, I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know anything else besides that.
Oh.
I'm also like right on the cusp, so people try to tell me I'm not an Aquarius, and I go, yes, I am, but I don't care.
I'm on the cusp, too.
Oh, that's
I'm on the
fun.
day it changes, and depending on what newspaper you look at, I'm either a Gemini or a Cancer.
Look at that. Write in and tell us what star sign you are. Brian, this is a podcast where we do...
That's true.
You got to get into it.
Astrology podcast.
It's an astrology podcast. We're switching it up. It's an astrology commentary podcast. No, it's an audio commentary podcast where we do audio commentaries on movies and TV shows with people who worked on them, who never got a chance to do a commentary for them. And Brian, you are a screenwriter.
I am. I wrote Minions and Secret Life of Pets movies and Hop, and I worked on Puss in Boots, and I think that's it, right? I have another one coming out next summer with the word Minions in the title.
Yeah, we're always working on stuff.
Patrick, you're a producer, though.
That's true. I've never worked on anything.
What?
Okay, I worked on the Chris Gethard Show, and I worked on AskCat, and I worked on the George Lucas Talk Show, and I worked on Hey That's Me, a commentary podcast, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
You still work on George Lucas and Hey That's
do.
Me. You put it in the past tense, but
That's
George
true.
Lucas is still very much a thing.
Yes, but this is not, and this is how I'm telling you.
Oh, we're ending?
Yeah.
This is the final episode?
No, well, what a way to go
Patrick,
out
I'm
on.
pregnant.
Brian, today we're doing an episode that you were not there for, and I'm so sorry about that.
What was I doing? Family emergency?
A family emergency.
Yeah, it's
A,
fine.
a real family emergency.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
true.
people say that, and it's not true. This one was true.
Usually the ones that when I'm not there for are the ones that you did on a trip to New York that I wasn't there for. This
Yes.
one I was supposed to be there for, and it was a literal emergency.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry, and I love Lost.
Yes.
And who did you talk to?
Brian, we're doing season 3, episode 20, The Man Behind the Curtain, and I talked to the director, Bobby Roth, and the actor, Sterling Beaumon, who played young Ben.
Patrick, that's my favorite episode, and those are my two favorite contributors to that episode.
It's a really good episode.
Yeah.
It is like one of the episodes, and we talk about this in the conversation, but like it's an episode that like kicks off so much stuff for the rest of the show. It's the first time you go to the 70s, you see all the Dharma stuff. The young Ben shows up later in the show when they're time traveling. But it's really good. And
yeah, it's a great episode.
I was so psyched to be able to talk to them because it's my favorite show.
Is that the
and-
one where they reveal the island is on the back of a giant turtle?
Yes.
So amazing.
Remember that?
Yeah, it's great.
Remember those days?
What days?
Did you not finish the show?
No, what happened?
Oh, not that.
It ends well, though. People are happy with the ending, right?
I mean, I'm happy with it.
No, I
Anyone
saw
who-
the ending, and it's great.
Anyone who says it's bad is a big old dummy.
Anyone who says it's bad is just looking for attention, and the same goes for if you don't like The Sopranos ending. It was great.
Yeah. And if you don't like anything,
Wait,
I would say I would throw anything in there.
are you saying everyone has to like everything?
Yeah.
It's a good name for a podcast. Everyone has to like everything. What's the thing you like the most? What piece of pop
That's a
culture
great
do you like the most?
question.
I think we have the same
Like
thing.
unimpeachably,
Yeah.
just the thing I like the most.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the Muppets.
Mine too, but Lost is in your top 5, I'm sure, right?
I would say it's in my top 3.
Well, what's your number 2? What's
Probably
two?
Star Wars.
Oh my God. It's amazing. Star Wars would be in mine. Muppets is mine. Lost I love, but it is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I like a couple things you don't like.
Because there's things in Lost that I'm not crazy about.
Like what? Oh, maybe we shouldn't be negative.
Yeah, I don't want to be
everything.
negative. And it's not even stuff that's like a deal breaker for me.
Right.
It's just like, oh, I don't know if
You
know, I
just
don't know
mouthed
if
the
I-
word Sawyer to me. What does that mean? Why don't
Yeah.
you like Sawyer?
Don't like him.
No, he's my favorite.
I'm kidding.
He
Of
listens to this
course,
podcast,
He does.
so-
Big
oh,
fan.
yeah.
Big fan. Go watch The Paper. He's really funny on The Paper.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's really good in it.
By the way, The Paper is great.
Yeah. You can pull this up. It's obviously available on physical media, but it's also on Hulu, and I think it's on Disney Plus in some places.
Yes.
And it might be on Netflix still. I think it's still on Netflix. But go pull it up, and you can sync it up or just listen to this like a podcast. And
That's what I do.
Oh my gosh, Brian. You're a little troublemaker.
I'm a scamp.
We're going to start in
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we're here. We're watching The Man Behind the Curtain. We've got director Bobby Roth, and we've got actor Sterling Beaumon. How are you guys?
I'm well.
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to watch this.
Me too.
It's a really good episode. When do you guys remember the first time you met?
You probably remember, but I'm not sure. I remember casting you, and I thought it could only be you.
Well, that's a high compliment there, Bobby.
It's meant to be a compliment.
I remember the casting very vividly in Building 23 on Disney Studios, and I just remember there was a, lineup of young men whom I see all the time.
Yeah.
And I just, it was a very emotional casting session because there was quite a bit of emotion that had to be delivered
You're crying
here.
a lot in this.
Yeah. And I just remember just sitting in that lobby for a very long time, just wrecking myself up. Oh, that's awesome. That's Carrie Preston, who was married to, as I'm sure everyone on this listening to this knows,
Michael.
was married to Michael, which I thought was very cool.
Elsbeth
And
herself.
And John Grice
Yeah.
was an old friend of mine who I didn't realize lived for 2 years with my wife before I knew her.
Oh, wow.
Small
Wild.
world.
Were you involved in casting John, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
More John, because I knew John and I'd worked with John beforehand. I didn't know Sterling. I just liked him.
Yeah. That's how much casting input did they let you have? You were in the room for all the
Well, obviously, the great majority of people, it's such a big cast,
Yeah.
regular on the show, that you don't have anything to do
But
with
this
that.
show has a lot of guest
but
stars.
this had a lot of guest people, so
Yeah.
it was more fun for me
Yeah.
because I had to find the next, the young Michael Emerson's character,
Sure.
and
Everybody.
John and
Carrie, I'm sure, was easy to get a hold of.
I don't think I cast Gary
Yeah,
actually.
that feels like we got someone
But
already.
my first night in Hawaii, I went to dinner, and my son and his buddy had come just to use my room while
Yeah.
I was working. And Michael Emerson was sitting at the bar, and I was shy, and he didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And my son forced me to go over and introduce myself, and he came over, and because he had no idea what this one was about
Oh, sure.
at that time.
Did he
hadn't
know
seen
that
the
it was
script.
his?
I think he knew it was his, but he didn't know, he hadn't seen the script.
Yeah.
And so this was, the first scene was also my first day of shooting.
Oh, wow.
And that was the only day that Jack Bender was there.
Uh-huh.
And so after he beat me up a little bit, they decided that, okay, I had been working in the business for 20 years, so
Yeah.
maybe I could get through this.
Jack Bender, for people who don't know, producing director on the show, guy who directed a lot of it.
And my best friend as a child, who our mothers went to junior high school together.
That's wild. What are
Or
the
small
odds?
world.
Yeah. When did you reconnect after? Were you friends the whole time, or did you reconnect at a certain point and go, "Hey, we're both doing the same
That's
thing"?
a good question. We reconnected. He just happened to rent an apartment from a friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and we ran into each other. I hadn't seen him since I was 10, and now I was like 25.
Wow.
And we immediately became best friends and started running around together.
Amazing.
But his dad was a furrier, and my dad was in floor covering, so we had no reason to think we would end up.
Sure.
And that's Nestor Carbonell, who I did cast because he played me in 2 movies that I did, independent films.
Now, where did you find Nestor? How did you come across Nestor when you cast him for your movie?
Initially, I knew his manager, and I thought he was Hispanic. Well, he's
Mm-hmm.
Cuban American, but I thought that he had this accent because I had only seen him in Suddenly Susan.
Sure.
And I thought, he's all wrong to play a character based on me.
Yeah.
But we met anyway, and I loved him, and I still love him. And
That's
we've been
great.
friends, I think, probably at least 30 years.
I mean, he's so good in this show.
And I don't mean that I cast him in this. I mean that Jack Bender had seen Jack the Dog, my film, which with Nestor, and he also saw Manhood, my other film.
Oh,
with
wow.
Nestor. So I think it had something to do with him coming to the show.
You inadvertently cast him in this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was really happy.
Sterling, do you remember how you found out that you got it?
Would have been just a call from my agents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that my mom probably took the initial call, and then
How old were you at the time?
I believe I was 12 in this initial episode.
Wow.
Because then you came back for 4 more after this. Does that sound right?
Something like
Something
that.
like that?
You were in another one that I directed too, weren't you? In the one, yeah, you were. I believe because I did one that it was more the story of Kate,
Yeah.
and I think you were in that too.
It was,
Was
after
it season 5?
Well, yeah,
It was
Okay.
I
when
did
you
season
had gotten
5.
shot
I did season 3, season 5, and season 6. So
That's
I think
correct.
it was season 5. Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
I think you were going through
and
surgery.
you were more grown up already. You were 2 years older.
At that age, you're just growing like a weed.
Did you have much interaction with Michael?
He was such a gracious human.
Yeah.
He gave me quite a bit of. I wanted to pick his brain, even though I was young. I had a sense of what was going on, and I knew it was important to consume as much as I could from him. They gave me like DVDs of episodes that had aired in season 2, but that hadn't come out on DVD yet when we were making this.
Oh, wow.
So that I could watch him do it. And I mean, every night I was watching him on repeat, even at this age. But especially by the time I went back, I was like just so jazzed. Now, we're not going to see my name on the front here because, believe it or not, as many scenes as I had in this first episode, I was only a co-star in this
Really?
one. It wasn't until I went back that I got top of show.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
Because I was a young kid.
Yeah.
And because they have like 25 executive producers that they have to give credits up front.
There's so many cast members and so many guest stars in this episode. I feel like the credits go through most of the show.
So I don't get my "Hey, that's me" moment yet.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll get it at the end then. We'll get it at the end.
But it's coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I consumed a lot from Michael. There I am. Hey, that's me.
There you go.
The glasses are a nice touch.
That
really helps sell it.
Yeah.
I wear glasses at times, and I purposely after this was like, I'm gonna like lean into this. I kind of like this look.
Yeah.
12-year-old me. What a character.
How did you guys both find Hawaii? Did you like working there?
I loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was. They had a deal that you could pay extra money and stay at the Kahala, which was much nicer than staying in Waikiki. So I always took that. So you're waiting to get picked up in the morning and you're on the beach drinking espresso. It's pretty good.
The dream. The dream. I've been here because this is the ranch. This is like where they shot a lot of the stuff. It's huge. It's amazing. Do you remember any memories of shooting in that, like, either in the jungle or anything up here? I don't know. It's just like such a weird experience where you're just like shooting so much stuff trekking through the jungle.
But they have it down so well that they have paved parking lots that are 6 feet away from places that look like deep, deep, deep forest. Yeah. Rainforest.
Yeah.
And so they had, by the time we got there, they had such a great team that they had great location people. Plus the fact the island people loved Lost. It was more than just the fact that it brought money in. I think they really just liked the whole vibe, and it created a certain, as you can see, mystery to the island itself. Yeah. So anything you wanted, you could have on the island. It was great.
I mean, it employed so many people.
We're about to see Madeline Carroll, who became a dear friend of mine for my entire life. We're still close friends. We met on this show right here.
Oh, that's great.
And she has been very gracious to her, and her mom have remained very close to me and my mom. And she put me on a pretty big movie at one point just because she's had quite a career herself after this. She's a great actress.
There she is. Hey, that's her. What do you remember about Bobby as a director?
Just one of the nicest directors I ever worked with. No, but
that's especially good because we're a foot apart right now. So
no, it's the truth. Bobby.
But I'm looking at all these great close-ups of you, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Stuff. Did you know how much you were going to end up really? Because I have hardly any lines. I think that was the other reason why they were able to get away with the co-star thing, because I don't really speak that much.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of
but you're there. You're playing. For me, the most important character in the show. So
But did you know that you were going to be able to like do that, or was I able to get where you wanted me to get?
Well, first of all, in regard to close-ups, everything is shot listed and thought of ahead of time. So that I did know. But I mean, when you get in the editing room, you can't use them if the person's not good. So that's a credit to you that that you can hold those close-ups. And it's the reason why today casting, and you know this more than I do, is so difficult because often you're only looking at tape.
Yeah.
And in those days, and I didn't get to cast this show in person because I'm in LA and I'm in Hawaii and most of the people are in LA. But there's something about being in the room with people that makes a huge difference. And so with you, it was more just lucky for me that you could take direction and you could respond at that age. That was great.
How often does it happen, Bobby, that you cast someone, or not you cast someone, but you get on set and you're like, oh no, we're not going to be able to use these close-ups. Like, this person doesn't have it.
Well, the older I got, the less it happened, because you get more of a sense of. I have a quick story that's not lost, but I was doing a movie and I needed someone to play Leslie Ann Warren's daughter, and I didn't get my first choice, so I had to go with my second choice. So this girl shows up, we're in Texas, and we're shooting this movie with great cast, but I don't know who she is. She's 18. She doesn't have any film on herself. We shoot her the first day. She's okay. I'm sitting and watching dailies, and I go, oh my God. She was so amazing on film.
Yeah.
Way better than I thought in the room.
Huh.
Now, that was Julia Roberts' first movie.
Oh my God.
But you really can tell.
Bobby. That's amazing. Sometimes it's good to be second choice, I guess, right? You know?
Sometimes, I guess. In that scenario, it certainly worked out for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, things have to happen for it to be good to be second.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Terry O'Quinn, because we talked about Terry O'Quinn beforehand.
So Terry O'Quinn, I mean, part of the luck of my draw was that I get an episode that's mostly Terry and Michael, who I like so many actors on that show, but they were my favorites.
Yeah.
And between meeting Michael the night before we started and having worked once before with Terry, at least one of the things that a guest director has to deal with is they don't know you and they don't trust you. And they have a lot at stake because they're on this show, and if I screw it up, it hurts them, and I go on to the next one. So to have those guys trust me going in was a big advantage.
For sure. Can you tell people the Terry connection, though?
Only that Terry and I did a show called Miami Vice together many years before this, and I confessed to him when we were doing this show that was my first television job. And he laughed and said, it was my first television job.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Then we were back on Lost.
Yeah.
I love that.
How much did they give you backstory, anything beyond the script for your character?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So you're just going in pretty cold with what they're giving
whatsoever.
you. Yeah.
That's why I really, I had no choice but to trust Bobby.
That's why you didn't.
No,
say anything,
I was very.
I want you to repeat that because I want all actors to hear that whether you trust me or not, you have to trust me.
You have no choice, ladies and gentlemen. No, but that's where I go back to. It was not a tire pump or just being nice. Like you genuinely were so gracious with me as well. I was a rambunctious little kid too, by the way. So like the quiet Ben thing, that's not me. But
look how good you are. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's really good.
I'm actually doing my girlfriend has never seen the show, and she's a little bit younger than me, and she's on TikTok, and I'm a little too old for TikTok. Really, it's not my thing. But she was seeing me come up on TikTok. And in Lost, and she's like, I really gotta watch this.
That's so funny.
Looks so good. So what's really interesting is we're now like 2 or 3 episodes before this.
Yeah.
So this is kind of lining up with my rewatch, which I hadn't seen the show in quite some time. But
is it weird to watch yourself back at this age?
Well, after this episode, I became a huge, genuine fan of this show. It's such a great show. This truly was the golden age of television, and because of that, being a true fan of the show, I believe, is actually why I went back. Because funny, similar to your son telling you to go up to Michael, I used to go to the gym with my mom at young age. She'd just take me so she didn't have to deal with me and being at home causing problems. But she would see Damon Lindelof there, and at a certain point after this, she was like, "I think that's the Lost guy. You should go say hi." And I'd go up and I'd be like, "Are you Damon?" And of course, after that, we struck up a little bit of a friendship. And I would go there, and when I'd see him, I'd pick his brain, and I'd be like, what's this and what's that and blah blah blah, and of course he wouldn't tell me, but I think he was entertained by the fact that I liked it so much. So by the time I
was just thinking, you probably know him. The directors don't get to commune with Carlton or Damon. I mean, Jack was an old friend, but I didn't know those guys. And I'm listening and I'm thinking, Damon better than I do.
It's so funny.
I mean, I probably in my whole life, even though I did the show for 3 years, had 2 conversations with him.
So when you had questions, if you had to ask anybody, it would go through Jack?
Most of the time. If you wanted to change the script, which I rarely did because the writing was so good, but if you wanted to, then you had to call. I would have called Carlton. I knew Carlton prior to this.
Yeah.
But really, because Jack was gone, there wasn't. I mean, everybody. It's so different to come on a show in the 3rd year, and this was the end of the 3rd year, that everybody. It's a well-oiled machine.
Sure.
And whereas I did shows like we were talking about Flash Forward, and everything was new, and I was friendly with David Goyer, who was running that show, and I could run things by him, and he would say, "Oh, that's interesting. Let's try that."
Yeah.
You didn't do that on Lost, not in the 3rd year.
Sure.
I mean, they were pretty set on what they wanted.
It is just kind of amazing though to we talked a little bit again earlier about this, but this is such a big episode, and so much stuff for the rest of the trajectory of the show gets set up in this episode, and letting you have that much control and just leaving you alone to do your thing is really amazing that they let you do that, because I don't know. I feel like I would be very micromanagey if I was running this kind of show, and you're like, this is a big one.
Let me tell you one quick incident with the camera operator, Tommy Lohman. So Tommy Lohman, who was the A camera operator, was way more powerful than most camera operators in terms of they trusted him. He, in many ways, ran the set. And there are 2 kinds of directors. Some just like to talk to the actors and don't care about the camera.
Yeah.
And others like to be in charge of everything. And I'm pointing at myself. So on my first day, Tommy Lohman says to me, let me get you a close-up here. And I said, I don't want one. And he says, but no, they like it. And I said, I want to do this in a 2-shot. And we had a moment, and then his tradition of listening to the director kicked in, and he said, okay. And I thought I was going to have friction with him. So at the end of the day, it was on a Friday, I said, do you play golf? And we went out and played golf.
Oh, wow.
And he showed up to pick me up, and he had a cup of coffee for me that he had made, and he and I became close friends.
Yeah.
And it either goes that way or it goes south.
Sure.
And to his credit, I mean, there are some people that you cannot be friends with, but I think one of the great things about this show was the friendships. I mean, I still talk. I mean, in my documentary about directing, both Terry and Michael are in it, and so is Carlton.
Yeah.
And so is John, who unfortunately passed away, John Bartley, the DP. But they were lifelong friendships.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it is a weird experience. I imagine just being on Hawaii, and you're either friends with those people because you're stuck there, or you're like, I got to find my own thing. I got to meet other friends, People didn't, to my knowledge, there wasn't that much socializing. Oh, interesting.
When I came back, I became very good friends with Evie, and so she and I went to dinner a few times. But really, between the fact that you're working 12 hours and there isn't a lot of time, then unless you do something on the weekend, which, a lot of people there bring their families, and then they got that, even Nestor, who was one of my best friends in life, had his whole family there. So,
His wife wrote a book about it, right? Yeah. Were those real tears?
Absolutely.
Are you good at crying on cue?
Well, I certainly was at that point. No, I've always, at the time I didn't realize what I was doing, but I've always been kind of a combo of both Strasberg and Meisner, and it's about pulling from within, but also being in the moment at the same time. And I certainly did that. That was a real fall too. It was slippy out there.
I mean,
it had been pouring rain all day, and it was deep mud.
Are you appreciating how good you are?
Yeah.
I'm watching it, and I mean, you wouldn't be on camera this much if you weren't that good.
Well, thank you, Bobby.
Really?
That means a lot. And no, I mean, like I said, I said this before we got on, but I've said it in many different interviews that the show genuinely changed my life. It gave me a career.
Yeah.
I wouldn't still be in this industry if it wasn't for this show. So
you also wouldn't be here right now if you weren't good.
Well, thank you.
Well,
I mean,
called you.
So I'm just because, like I said, I'm a little earlier in this, and it's been a while since I've watched the show. This is like kind of the establishment of that relationship between.
Yeah, it's pretty early.
Ben and Locke, eh?
There's all the Hatch stuff, obviously. But this is the first time when Locke's like I'm taking you on, whatever.
Yeah.
Really, this episode sets up so much stuff for the rest of the show, which is amazing that you can do that in 40 minutes, It's
the beauty, I think, of, the writing that was done on this show.
Yeah.
They have these linchpin episodes that just kind of tether everything together. But I feel like that was every episode of the show. It was truly one of those shows you can't miss a beat.
Yeah.
My girlfriend watched an episode recently without me, and I came back, I was like, whoa, hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even there's this is 24 episode seasons at this point, pretty much, for these first 3 years.
Actually, no, they were shorter at first. They were 16 episodes.
Oh, wow.
And this season 3, which this is 320, was the first time they added, and they went up to 20.
Oh,
Part of the reason the show was so good is they didn't have 22 or 24 episodes.
Sure.
So when you're only having to do 6, now that's become much more, 16. It's become much more of a model to do the 10-episode show, but you can really focus in a different way and have a tighter team and stuff. It's hard to do 24.
Yeah.
And there's a real big difference, because I did Grey's Anatomy, and it's a little bit like, and it's a great show, but it's a little bit like,
it's a
factory.
Yeah.
I mean, they know exactly how they do things, and they know exactly how they want things. Where here, I mean, for better or worse, a lot of it felt like it was being made up as we went along.
Sure.
But that keeps it fresh.
Do you think on those shows where, I'm not naming Grey's Anatomy specifically, but that kind of show, do you feel like you get the same amount of creative freedom on stuff like that, or is it more plug and play?
It's different. That show is much more of a staging show. That show is filled with extra actors who your supporting casting role is a much bigger role than on a show like this, where even though both of them have big, normal weekly casts, that one a lot of the time it's the guest sick person is this is unusual, and I was lucky to do it, but I forgot. Look how much you're on camera here.
That's kind of why I was asking that earlier, because I was obviously you shot list and everything, but did you expect to be able to do all this stuff? Or because I felt like there were times where I was kind of like, man, this is kind of more than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I believe we shot this during the day before what we just saw, because it was the same location and all that stuff. And
do you remember?
I had no idea at that time really the significance of the bunnies, because Ben's hadn't shook that bunny in front of Jack on the episodes that I got to watch to learn more about.
Do you remember anything about the bunny?
It was just a nice little bunny.
I do. I remember that it wouldn't move. And we'd put it down
that.
and it wouldn't go. And, you don't want to prod it, but you do need it to get across the electronic fence line.
Do you remember how you got it to do it? You just waited it out?
We pushed it. We had food. We had people doing it. It's one of those all hands on. There was a bunny wrangler. She knew how to talk to the bunny.
Now, this is the scene I remember the most about working with you, Bobby.
I remember this scene very much because it was with Nestor, and it was comfortable for me, more for me probably, because Nestor was the one actor that I knew really well on the show.
It was the least comfortable for me, and I think that's because you knew what you really wanted in this scene.
But look, you're great.
Well, I appreciate it, but like, and I mean, sometimes acting is just that. It's not always supposed to be. I mean, this is an uncomfortable scene for Ben.
Yeah.
And I just remember I don't remember the direction specifically, but I just remember at a certain point, you came up in a very calm, nice, put your arm around me.
Look how generous Nestor is too.
He's amazing.
He's the kind of person that you want to put with a kid because he's kind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This scene's so great.
I mean, it's very weird that I would see him and I haven't talked to him in 2 days.
Yeah.
Meaning I'm still really good friends with him.
Please tell him I say hello.
I will. I now will. Sure.
And I think this is the first time you see him not as Alpert.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you see
clean and proper. Yeah. What was it like when you came back? Like, what was the relationship with the actors like? Were they excited to see you? Because I guess you didn't work with that many of the regulars in this one.
No, I didn't. But I think I just had so much enthusiasm for being back on the show that everyone was really just gracious with me about that and was really happy to indulge my enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
People got nicer. I did it over a 3-year period.
Yeah.
And in the last season, I just remember I always got along with everybody.
Yeah.
But Matthew was, I would say, standoffish, not mean or cold, but just I didn't get to know him. And I remember on the last season, they all knew how lucky they were to do the show, all the regulars, that they were just, and also there was a certain winsomeness because they knew it was ending.
Sure.
Yeah. That there was, with one exception, they were all much, much more relaxed and kinder and grateful.
I guess that's better than senioritis. Like being antsy, being like ready to go.
Nobody wanted. That's the 2-shot that I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Remember I was telling you about it?
Yeah.
I did 1 singles there.
Now, you talk about this scene a lot in your acting classes.
Yeah.
Yes. Or your directing classes, I should say.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
You do?
Did you actually put someone in that chair?
Most of the time, no. At one moment, yes.
Who was that?
It was the prop guy. Because they would never tell me whether Jacob was there or he wasn't there.
Sure.
And so I said, I know, but I have to make a decision how to shoot it, right? And they said, well, what do you think? Which is the worst thing to get from a producer, because then you're wrong. Because, but so we put makeup on. I forgot his name, the guy, but he was kind of a strange looking guy.
Jennings?
Anyway.
I think it's Rob. I looked it up earlier.
Yeah.
I think it's Rob. Yeah.
I remember a prop guy named Jennings. He was so nice. Anyway, sorry.
No, anyway. And so, we thought, oh, no one's going to see anyway. It's going to be a flash. But what you don't realize is people are so serious about loss that they're going to freeze on those 8 frames.
Yeah.
And for those of you at home who don't know it, 8 frames is 1/3 of a second. That's all he was on camera. But I saw, books written about it.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Was this the scene that you were excited to shoot? Like, this scene is so cool and so atmospheric and everything.
This was the scene I didn't want to shoot. This was by far the hardest scene. And on top of that, that was the day Jack got back when we were shooting this.
Yeah.
That was in the jungle, shot the night before, and it was problematic because the guys had to come out of the cabin not knowing what happened in the cabin because they were going to do that the next night. So we had to talk through that and work it out. And how they were going to play it and stuff. So all of this was talked about, but they come out of the cabin after this sequentially, but they had to do it the night before.
Ugh.
And the guy that's so amazing is Michael, because when all hell breaks loose, and if you saw this, have you seen this script?
No.
Oh, I should have shown you the script.
Yeah, no.
I will show the script to you. But anyway, I don't know if you know this because you were a young boy at the time, but they write fuck every sentence in the script. And so he fucking does this and the whole fucking place goes apart and this. And so you have to interpret that with a camera.
Yeah.
And so this is me doing it. So I think he's there. and I play it like he's there, even though there's nobody in the chair. And then at one point we cut to the chair and we put some crumbs on it because it didn't look like anything without the crumbs. Little things like that. And then we shoot this whole scene, and then I have to stay behind. Everybody leaves, and we're shooting bottles crashing and fire, and that stuff takes forever. So you really don't know until you see it put together. You really don't know if you got it.
And are you just hoping that the editor can make it work, or like who are you relying on to make it?
The good thing is the editors had been on that show.
Yeah.
I forgot who cut this one, but
there's your little crumbs on
crumbs
the chair right there. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were so good that all 3 episodes that I did, when they showed me the editor cut, I thought, you could put this on television. It's that good. And so I would tweak it. And to their credit, the producers, if it was good, made very few changes in the director cut. Best show ever for that. I mean, I used to do Prison Break, and they loved me, and I did more than anybody, but I didn't even recognize it.
Oh, wow.
After they messed with it.
You know? And is that something you just get used to? Or
well, yeah. Especially on Prison Break, because they're just tremendously into creating the show in post.
Yeah.
And they did a great job, but they would literally shoot 75 insert shots in a 40-minute episode.
Here, we're about to see them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
I've already seen some of those inserts. There's your bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now watch this. He does this all by himself.
And he sells it so hard. There you go.
Yeah.
There was a guy right there.
There was the Flash. You got it.
Yeah, he sells it so hard, which is the key to this show, I think, is just like actors.
Now remember, they're playing this scene
before
they shot this inside scene. So when Michael comes out here, I had to guess what he was doing and then hope that it would match with what we were going to shoot the next day.
Now, what would you have done had it not matched?
Well,
you would have just...
it would look very similar, I hope. Yeah. No, this was just a choice he had to make about having not played that scene.
Sure.
And you know this, you do this all the time. But, I marvel how, because we shoot out of sequence always, how actors know to ramp it at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Michael's just a brilliant actor, though, so...
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, and they're, everything you see are choices, right?
Did you like jungle stuff?
I loved everything.
You loved everything, yeah.
It was.
Was there any downside? Was there anything that was like, ugh, that was a pain?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, this at this point, I had worked, but I hadn't worked.
Yeah.
By the time I went back, I had done, in that 2 years, like I said, I mean, just this one episode changed my life, let alone going back and everything, to where I knew how big of a show it was in every way, from production to the audience to how, the longevity of it remaining in people's minds. That I just was so stoked to do it.
How often does it come up for you? Like
this show?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's wild actually. Especially because now I feel like I don't look anything like I did when I did it. So the fact that there's still people that recognize me or just know, and whether I'm talking about another part of my career and they just know that this was at the start of it. They people always want to know things about this show. It's still shrouded in mystery. And
you're also in the documentary, Getting Lost.
Yeah.
Which I'm also in for a brief second.
Okay.
This is Ralph connected us, the producer of Getting Lost.
Yes, that's right.
But I'm in it the tiniest amount. So it's a really fun documentary. If people haven't seen it, they should check it out.
I mean, I know I was one of the earlier interviews as one of the one of the smaller names for them to land. And I was just like, anything for Lost fans, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
You say it, I'll show up. And I think I helped connect them with Malcolm and stuff, because Malcolm's one of the, I knew Malcolm through just being a young lad in the industry. Yeah. And we obviously became friends through the shared connection of the show.
Mm-hmm. The YMCA that you guys shoot at is so great. Like, it's such a good location, and whoever found it, I feel like deserves the biggest raise. Do you have any memories of filming there, Bobby?
Sure. I mean, because it's easier for you as a director to return to a place they know where to park the trucks. They know that what the sound issues are or whatever. So it was easy. They controlled it, So and we had a lot to do here because we did the whole death scene, the purge of Dharmaville. Yeah. In this episode. I mean, when I look at it, I just think, my God, we're going to go kill Ben. Ben's dad. Yeah. Ben's dad, John. But I mean, look at that. It's
insane.
You can't make that up. That's, and so this was kind of the approach that they liked extreme close-ups against very, very wide. Nothing, not medium. They liked kind of bold choices, and Jack and I talked about that ahead of time. And I watched the show enough to know that this was the look,
Now, how are you filming this, like these angles specifically? Are you going through windows, or are you able to take out the window in the van?
The door's probably open at that moment. That's all, It's all practical. This was none of this was on a set or anything,
Also, his makeup looks great. That was something we noticed yesterday when we were rewatching it. We were like, even in HD, it holds up and it looks really good.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I don't know what version of this, but this look, I've never
seen
seen
Blu-ray.
it. I've never seen it look this good.
Yeah, it's a Blu-ray.
That's great.
How about the renaissance of John Grice's career?
I know.
I mean,
with
White Lotus.
So amazing.
White Lotus.
It's so great.
Yeah. Because he's one of those guys who's been around forever.
Journeyman.
And like,
he's been done this. I obviously when I found out I was like, Uncle Rico's my dad.
But it's just if you had said at this point that like he would do a cameo in like an SNL pre-tape White Lotus thing and get the biggest pop in it, like that would be crazy. Because you're like, I don't know, he's a character actor guy who just like shows up.
Wasn't
in a bunch
he the
of
only
stuff.
one who was in 2 different seasons?
I think he's in 3, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know.
I think he's in all 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's fun when that stuff happens. When you're like, I've always liked that guy. Also, he sells this so great.
I mean, this is a completely preposterous thing that the whole island becomes from these canisters, but everybody bought it.
Did you question that when you read the script?
To myself.
Yeah.
I mean, this was my first episode. I didn't know if I was coming back, so I was just trying to get, this. I was very nervous that I was going to screw this up because it was, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean about the big purge. I mean, of Dharmaville. I remember this. My son is laying down there.
I was just going to ask you. It says online that your son is in it.
Yeah.
Did you give him a close-up, or is he just in the background?
So. Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, they're all dead. It's that was actually his buddy, the guy laying there upside down, and his dad was the famous French filmmaker Louis Malle. That was Jackson.
Wow.
That was Jackson Malle.
Oh wow. So these are the exclusives you only get on Hey That's Me, a commentary podcast. Dead Doug.
Very good guy.
Yeah, the blood makeup also looks great too. I mean, little did so many of these people know that like he's going to come back 10 more times after this.
Well, actually, I ran into, I can't remember, it was an actor I never worked with on the show, but we sat next to each other on the plane home, and he said, and he was that phantom guy. He said, I ended up working 6 years on a show that I thought I was doing a 2-day roll on.
I mean, the dream, isn't it? That's kind of like the best version of that, which I'm sure was you too.
I had no idea I'd be going back.
Yeah.
I kind of did actually at one point because I got a call like checking my avail and then the writer's strike happened for season 4 or something like that, because that ended up I think being like a shortened season because of that. But then that was forgotten about, and then a year later it comes back around again. It's like, oh, okay. Well.
What do you think happened to Madeline's character?
Sorry?
To Annie? The girl that you're friends with?
I would ask Damon that every time I'd see him. Are we ever gonna get the explanation?
Yeah,
Are we ever
yeah.
gonna find out? I think the simple answer would be that
she's in this pit.
She's in the purge.
I assume you had a crane for this
We
shot.
did have a crane for that.
Was that rare for that show, or did they use cranes a lot?
The deal is you can have it for one day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you try to pick the location where you can use it, because obviously you know what's going to happen.
Yes. I assume no one listening to this is watching this for the first time, so we can say that it does end on a crane shot after.
Yeah, no, and
it's
I forgot he shoots him.
Oh, spoiler alert. Spoilers. So sorry for your rewatch.
Yeah, no, it's the big finish.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to use it at the crane at the end.
Yeah.
Because, it helps really end the show. It's so funny because now with drones, people have all these shots that we never were able to get.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we did a good job anyway.
You did. There you go.
Boom, there it is. Man, I forgot about that.
I remember the internet.
That was a pretty big shock to people.
Yeah. The internet after this episode, I remember going crazy. People being like, because
there's a lot of things.
He loses his kidney at some point in the show, and people are like, "Oh, he must have got shot like right through where the kidney was. It's not there anymore, so he's
lore
okay."
Online was something
it was
else.
just crazy.
What was like the big? I was too young to really be on. Was it MySpace?
Where did people there were like forums.
Forums.
There was a forum. I mean, the one that I used to go on as a frickin' nerd, was called the Fuselage.
Okay, I think I've heard of this.
Which was a forum that people from the show would go on and they could ask questions and they would answer it and whatever. But that was like where a lot of it was, because it was pre-Reddit, pre-Facebook.
I think it was pre-Facebook, pre-Twitter. I mean, because I remember at that age, I got a MySpace.
Yeah.
So like, if it was MySpace for me, then I can only,
I would have thought Facebook existed, but I don't remember.
Yeah. There we go. So what are our takeaways from this episode? What did you learn from this episode, Bobby? Is there anything that you took away from this experience? It
more for me, it reinforced the notion that you have to be prepared, and especially to do this show. And in fact, in my documentary on directing, John Bartley, who was he didn't shoot this episode. Court 5 shot this episode, but John shot the other two that I did, and he just said that there are two kinds of directors on this show. There's the one who goes out and plays golf on the weekend, and that person doesn't come back. Yeah, and because it required a lot of homework. I mean, as I look at it, I'm happy with the shot selections and stuff. That's great. But Sterling?
Oh, just again, how grateful I am to be a part of this juggernaut of a show, and grateful to see you again, Bobby.
Me too.
It's awesome.
Well, I
thank you for bringing us together.
Thank you for doing
in my fantasy, you were 20 now, so because that would mean this was only 8 years ago or something. But so
Yeah, no,
I do want to. After we're done, I do want to hear about your family and things. So.
Of course, same to you.
Thank you guys both for doing this. I appreciate it.
Of course, anything.
It went so fast.
I know. It's quick. All right, see ya. Lost.
I didn't know anything about that episode, and now I know everything.
Every single thing about it.
I can't wait to bring it up at cocktail parties.
Brian,
these new facts I learned.
I mean, if we're going to break the fourth wall a little bit, you have not listened to this. But one of the craziest thing was they hadn't seen each other since they shot this episode. It's been like 16 years or something like that.
Did they not like each other?
Yeah, it was really rough. No, but Bobby was like, in my head, you're 13. And then he shows up and it's a 30-year-old man.
Right. Oh, he doesn't age. I thought that was one of the mysteries of the island.
He meets Richard Alpert.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get them together. Did they exchange information?
They did. It was great.
Oh,
it was
do
a
you
really
think they'll
nice.
Call each other?
I hope so.
Probably text.
Maybe WhatsApp.
Do you think they WhatsApped the numbers to each other?
That's fun.
What are the numbers again?
4, 8, 15. What do you think the next one is?
I don't know.
16. What do you think the next one is?
I don't know.
23. What do you think the next one is?
He's not looking at anything, by the way. I swear on my life he's
42.
not. 42.
Which adds up to?
I don't know.
108, which is how you got to put in the numbers into the computer every 108 minutes, Brian.
That's right. I forgot about that. I'm so happy that I brought this up.
Brian.
Great episode, Patrick. Great hosting gig.
Thank you so much.
Great hosting job.
Thank you. I'm sorry you missed it.
I'm not. I would have just gotten in the way.
That's true. Do you want to? We're about to record some. Do you want to leave now?
I'm just gonna hide and see if they notice me. I'll hide somewhere in your apartment. You have a Blu-ray out. I got it. It came in the mail yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know when this is airing.
It's airing fairly soon.
Okay, so it came in the mail. I was so excited. I showed my wife, and she's like, "All right, calm down." And then I watched some of it, and it's great, and it looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I put it alphabetically on the shelf.
Oh, that's exciting. Mm-hmm. It's called I'm George Lucas, a Connor Ratliff Story. It's out on Blu-ray through Kino Lorber. 2 discs, over 100 hours of bonus features. It's insane. You can
That's
get
too much entertainment.
It's maybe too much entertainment. You can get it on Amazon, and anywhere that you buy physical media, Walmart, Target, Kino Lorber's website. You can do it anywhere. But it's very fun, and we put a lot of work into it, and I hope you'll check it out. And you have a movie on Blu-ray right now, too.
I do. It's called Big Helium Dog. I made it when I was 4 in the late 90s, and... yes, get it. It's good. There's commentary tracks, and it's very funny. Sketch comedy.
Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/commentary. Leave us a review anywhere you are listening to this. That's pretty much it. We got a good show next week, Brian.
I doubt it.
Okay. Bye.
Who is it next week?
Thanks for listening to Hey That's Me Commentary Podcast. This has been a That Was Just So Funny production. Your hosts have been Brian Lynch and Patrick Hotner. Music was by Alex Peabody, and our art was by Abigail Noy. You can find out more about the show by going to HeyThat'sMePod.com and checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/commentary. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Please tell your friends about this show.
No!